Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we're talking to Jessey Adams. Check it out. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I'm talking to Jessey Adams. Jessey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I was just listening right before we started this again to your latest single called Old Appalachia,
Yeah.
which is just fantastic. Your voice is so good, and
Thank
the
you.
songwriting is very much the kind of traditional country music that I enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was fantastic, and I just wanted to thank you so much for being on Fans with Bands.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, can you tell me a little bit about like what region in Old Appalachia kind of speaks to you and maybe some of the influences behind the song?
Yeah, so when I was 18, I grew up in Michigan, but when I left after graduation, I ended up in a little town just outside the Asheville area. But I've spent a lot of time in Western North Carolina,
Yeah.
probably the most amount out of any place that I've been when I'm traveling. And I absolutely love those mountains out there, and the people are so welcoming.
Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. So, when you were in that land, like what about the landscape kind of because it does feel like you are touching on parts of that in the music. Is
Oh
there
yeah.
particular landscapes that really like caught your eye and like you wanted to represent?
I mean, I love the mountains so much. I mean, anywhere, not just Appalachia, but
Yeah.
out in the Rockies, and I've been overseas to the Alps. But there's something about Appalachia that it feels like a mystery when you go out into it, but it also feels like warmth, like somebody's hugging you.
Yeah, yeah.
There's definitely a special feeling in that land and in those mountains, and I love hiking and trail running and just getting deep into the heart of them.
That's cool. That's awesome. You know, all of your music, I was listening to all of it because I think is it Ella is the PR person? I can't remember exactly, but anyway, she sent me a link. I got into all the different music you have out there on your website, and all of it's fantastic. But another song that really spoke to me was called "All We Need,"
Oh
and
yeah.
I was wondering if you could just give me like the story behind that song.
Yeah. So my family has a cabin in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Been in our family since the 60s. It was built by my family. But it's one of my favorite places in the world, and it's absolutely nothing fancy. I mean, like the lights dim out when you pop any like the toaster down or you put the microwave on, and
Right.
the floor is so slanted in the dining room that like you could put a ball on one end of the dining room table and it would roll to the other end. But
Nice.
I mean, it is my favorite place in the world. It's amazing. So that's what the song is about.
Excellent, excellent. Did you get into like, because you mentioned that you liked hiking and doing trail running. Did you get into any of that when you were in that space?
Yeah, I mean, I've always just been outside. Both of my parents are former national park rangers, and my mom runs a nature center. So it was just always outside as a kid, and it was kind of natural to go into hiking and started getting into trail running later on. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I noticed that you've been on the road for like days and days and days and days.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy. Are you on the road right now?
I am. I'm in Alabama right now.
All right, awesome. So, that has to be, I mean, I know it's part of what you need to do to get people to see you and listen to your music. But that has to be, quite an ordeal. What do you think is the hardest part about doing so many shows in a
Um,
year?
I I don't see it as the hard for me, the hard part is sitting still and not playing shows. So when I'm on the road, like I'm happiest when I'm on the road and I'm playing a bunch of shows. That's what makes me feel alive. So
Awesome. So, what would have been some of the highlights so far? Because I know in 2025 you've just been
oh yeah.
going. And I saw that, like, yeah, you're in Alabama. I think you go to Florida, and
Hmm.
pop back to Alabama. So, What have been some of the highlights for you as being on the out on the road?
Well, like I said, like with the hiking and all that, I'm such an explorer that just getting to play shows across the country and then like spend my mornings exploring.
Yeah.
And I've loved Idaho was really cool for me, which I wasn't really sure what to expect of Idaho, but it has probably some of the prettiest landscapes that I've seen, and my shows there, every single show I played, I mean, there were people coming to the shows who like knew my music.
Oh, really?
It was
Awesome.
so cool, and yeah, um, so Idaho was definitely one of my highlights from this past year.
Excellent. Excellent. And did you make it out? I'm gonna guess since you were in Idaho, did you hit like the rest of that rocky core of like the Colorado down to
Yeah,
New
yeah, I've
Mexico and
been to
that kind of stuff?
Colorado multiple times now, up into Montana as well. I mean, I love it. I love it out west. I love it in Appalachia, just anywhere with the mountains.
Awesome. Well, part of what I like to do, when talking about music is also to like rewind and go back. So, what was it that inspired you to want to make music? And, it's one thing to write music, play guitar, and do all that, but it's another thing to get in front of people and start performing. So, what was
Right.
it that drove you to do that?
Well, I mean, I grew up kind of just singing around the campfire with my mom. She played guitar and sing, and so I was always kind of loved it. But I remember, I think it was like freshman year of high school, we did a poetry unit, and before that, I mean, I tried to write a few songs, and they were okay. I mean, they
Yeah.
weren't terrible, but they weren't great. And something clicked during that poetry unit. And ever since I just been it's been a different feel to my songs. And then my cousin convinced me to do this open mic. I think I was 16 or 17, and it was just at this little barn in the middle of nowhere. And I got up on stage, and I mean, there were neon lights that decorated every single part of that wall. And that was when I fell in love with the live performing part.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So, when you were first getting into music, did you know that you wanted to do like the style of music that you do? Like, was that always something you loved, or did you start somewhere else and say, this kind of speaks to me?
I mean, I grew up on a lot of like pre-2000s country, so that was always a feel in my music. But I mean, the more I travel, the more I pick up on the different styles of music from across the country.
Hmm.
I mean, Appalachia has a different feel in their music compared to, Texas country and Western country, and so it all kind of has formed a different feeling in my music.
Yeah. Does anybody like wonder like what style of country music you are? Can they tell that you're from originally from Michigan or?
No, that always shocks people. I think people think Michigan, and I don't know, minds tend to go to Detroit and the Motown type
Yeah,
music.
right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Michigan is a lot of cornfields, so I don't think people think of that when they think Michigan.
Right, right. Well, and there's some fantastic other, country artists that have come
Oh
from
yeah,
here.
I mean, Billy Strings is from Michigan.
Yeah, yeah. Billy Strings. Shoot, I'm blanking on his name.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, yeah, that guy. But
That's well, it's a little different than my music,
yeah,
but
that's true. Um, so when you're out on the road, what is that? How does the music scene feel to you? How does it feel as far as the people that you're working with and also the fans that you're meeting?
oh yeah. Um, I mean, it's so cool to be in the music scene, and when you meet other musicians on the road, it doesn't matter what state, when you kind of earn their respect as a musician, and you just become colleagues, and there's no age, like nobody sees the age or anything like that. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
20, and I'm good friends with people, veterans in the music industry who are in their 60s, 70s, like, and we just talk like equals, and it's definitely a cool atmosphere to be in.
that's cool. So they're not treating you like this kid that's coming out of nowhere.
No, I mean, I got a earned the respect, but
Well, yeah, you definitely are.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, your music's fantastic, but you are just like hitting the road like crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'm still blown away by that. Speaking of your music and your songwriting, what is that process like for you? So I know you mentioned that that poetry class. Is it, do you start with a lyrical idea and work up music to that, or do you work with a musical idea and then fit lyrics to it?
I've done both. Usually it's the lyrics first. I'll write a lot of my music when I'm out on the trails or I'm driving.
Hmm.
So it kind of has to start with the lyrics. I don't have a guitar on me while I'm doing that, but
Right.
that's I have a lot of trouble just sitting down and writing music. Like I can't sit in a writer's room and most of the time I got to get out in the nature. I got to be on like a 8 hour drive.
Nice. On those recorded songs that you've done, so like Old Appalachia,
Mhm.
you've got a full band going with you. Are you thinking of all those arrangements as well, or is that where, some studio, and I don't know, do you have a band or do you have studio musicians that come in and like fill
I
in?
have studio musicians. My EP that I put out, that was recorded in a different spot than all the rest of my music. That one was a Michigan-based EP. All the songs are Michigan stories, and so it was recorded in Detroit, with all Michigan musicians and all that, and they were great. But my normal studio is out in Kingston Springs, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. And I have great musicians that come on regularly on my music. Jason Mowry does all the cool fiddle and steel guitar and all that, and he's
Nice.
played at the Opry more times than you can count. But yeah,
Yeah,
so I got pretty lucky with my musicians on that.
that's cool. And so when you're on tour, are you just are you playing solo or do you have
Yeah, yeah,
people with you? So solo.
just
Awesome.
solo.
So, and I guess that has an advantage because then that way, I mean, when you're starting your songs, you're really doing it by yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier too to just get from place to place by myself.
Right. That's crazy. I still can't get over the fact that you're doing so many shows, but I know that's part of the gig. Um, you know, when thinking about like the process that you have to go through to book shows and do all that, is there an aspect to that where, you know, I mean, what is that like as far as like trying to book those shows and get all that coordinated for your tour?
It's a lot of emails without a lot of responses. It's and it's a lot easier to go through a place a second time because start forming connections and all that. But when I
Yeah,
go through somewhere for the first time, it is a lot of emails and only a few ever respond back. So
yeah,
it's definitely a long process.
yeah. I definitely feel that too because I promote a different event and just trying to get media to cover
Oh yeah.
is like, oh my God,
Yeah.
seriously? I mean, just respond. Just send me,
Right.
yeah. Just say no, I
Yes or
don't want to
no,
do
that's
it.
all I
Yeah.
need.
Oh, so one of the things I'm always curious about is like influences. What were
Mhm.
some of the early influences for you that helped shape your sound?
Reba McEntire is always like I love her so much. I love
Nice.
her show. I love her music. I love her attitude. Um, so she's been huge. And like I said, I grew up on a lot of pre-2000s country. So just a lot of that blended together. I have CDs in my truck. I have the big black case of CDs. There's
Excellent.
over 300 of them in there. Most of them are pre-2000s, but I mean, I think Reba is definitely my biggest influence.
Excellent. And as far as like, kind of going back in the time machine, what was the very first concert that you ever went to?
Whiskey Myers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, another one of my favorites.
Awesome. Do you remember where that was?
Oh, it was somewhere in Michigan. Um, Probably Grand Rapids.
All right. Nice.
Um, yeah,
Nice.
that was a good concert. It was right before they like took off.
Yeah. And then it got huge. Yeah. Excellent. um, speaking of concerts, is there something you like to do or things that you need to do to kind of get yourself ready for a performance? Sort of like a pre-show ritual that you do?
Um, I mean, I'll put on my playlist and blast it full volume in my truck, like driving to the show and kind of sing along there. Coffee, always
Yeah.
coffee.
Excellent.
That's probably the ritual.
Nice. And when you're on the road, um, is there you know, certain things you have to do as you're getting out there that you just want to do as part of that, like certain places to stop and eat or do, I don't know, whatever.
I'm really big into antiquing.
Oh,
So
cool.
I like to find different like antique shops, and it's been kind of cool. Like when you go to different regions of the US and they have different types of antiques, I guess there.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
looks a lot different in Florida than it does out in Colorado, the
Yeah.
antiques.
Yeah. Even in some parts of like, because I know we do that every once in a while too. Like if
Yeah.
you go into the UP, totally different
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Like there's mining stuff and like,
Yeah.
a miner's lunchbox, and you're like, what? But
Yeah, I was
you
up
will not
in
see that in Detroit.
I think the Duluth, Minnesota area, and there was an antique store just full of mining helmets and all that. It's kind of cool.
Awesome. So, what are you looking forward to in like the next 3 to 6 months? I know you're on the road, but are you working toward like another EP or another full-length album?
Yeah. Working on putting an EP out, hopefully sometime later this fall. Um, and then I have the Josie Music Awards coming up at the beginning of
Nice.
November, which are big independent music awards, and I'm up for three different categories, which is exciting.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. And I'm getting back in the studio in January, down in Tennessee. And so I mean, I haven't narrowed down what songs I want to record yet, but I have a lot that I really want to get down.
Nice.
Got shows all over the place in 2026 already.
Really? Wow. Cool. Very cool. And I'm assuming you're gonna swing back through Michigan at some point.
Briefly. I will be in Michigan for all of November, almost all of November, and part of December. And then I'm heading out for a while until a little bit in June.
Oh, wow. So,
Mhm.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So as you're on the road and you're traveling and you're writing music, um, what are the things that you have to think about to help you stay motivated? Because I have to imagine that it gets to be a grind after a little bit.
Yeah. Um, I mean, like I said, the music is what kind of invigorates me. Like when I get to sit and I get to play a show, um, I can go from being completely tired to like I've got this adrenaline pumping through me now. Like I feel so alive when I'm up there on the stage playing the show, and then a lot of coffee.
Nice.
I've got a Panera Sips Club membership, so I get like free coffee from Panera every 2 hours. It's amazing.
That's the way to do it, you
Yeah.
know. Um, if you could play anywhere in the world, where would you like to play, and um, who would you like on the bill with you?
Mm. Red Rocks, in Colorado is huge. I would
Yeah.
love to do that one day. Um, there's so many people I can name for the bill. I've been really into the Turnpike Troubadours lately,
Oh,
so
nice.
that would be cool. Just a lot of that Americana country, Charles Wesley Godwin. I mean, Reba, if we want to dream really big. Um, um, I would also love to play no specific venue, but out in Switzerland. I
Oh,
Yeah, I went to Switzerland a few years ago and just absolutely gorgeous.
yeah.
We do this big like independent folk Americana festival. Would be kind of cool to get on one year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you went to Switzerland, was it just uh, to go to visit, or were you?
Yeah. I did it as a part of this travel program. It's called EF Ultimate Break. Like 2 weeks after graduating high school, I went and hiked through the Alps in Switzerland, Italy, and France, and kind
Nice,
of sparked that travel seed in me like even
cool.
more. So I've been just to explore. I've been to I don't even know how many countries at this point.
Really cool.
Since then, I've gone solo over to Ireland, Iceland, just did Austria earlier this year.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Did you go to was it Lauterbrunnen when you were in Switzerland?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, because that was when we went there. It's this super cool valley, just on the other side of the Alps from Italy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, toward Lake Como and that kind of area.
It's possible. I'm really bad with names, so.
Yeah, it was Lauterbrunnen, and because they had all the cows like out in the mountains, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was almost like what is that? The Sound of Music, when they're
Yeah. Yeah, when I was, so they filmed that in Austria
yeah,
and
yeah,
or parts of it, I think. And yeah, that was cool. Austria, there were a lot of cows.
yeah, and they've got those gigantic bells on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went to oh shoot, it was Garmisch percussion. I'm butchering the name. It's basically right on the border of Germany and Austria.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they had all these cows out there because we were there for Oktoberfest.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we
I
were,
want to go over to Germany at some point for
yeah,
Oktoberfest.
yeah. It is, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, one of
really awesome.
my best friends lives in Germany. She's from Germany.
Oh, cool.
I gotta go visit her.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, do you have you thought about like? I'm gonna guess you probably need a special visa, but have you thought about performing over there?
Oh, I would love to. I just gotta figure out how the hell to do it. I mean, the whole equipment flying with all that,
Yeah.
I don't even know. But I have a few friends who have done that, so I gotta kind of pick their brains a little bit from that.
Yeah, yeah, because I know there's a couple of bands in Detroit that have, somebody knew somebody that they then
Oh yeah.
went did some tours and took
Mhm.
their stuff over there. It's like, all right, I guess you can do it.
Yeah.
So,
I've been into Canada one time for a show, but that's as
yeah.
far as I've done out of country.
Where at in Canada? Did you go? Toronto?
Oh, it was
Sarnia?
no, it was outside of Winnipeg,
Oh, okay.
Brandon. I think
Oh,
it was a college town.
nice. Very nice. Excellent. Um, when you're speaking of Reba, have you ever met any of your musical idols? And if you
I
did, how was that?
did. I got to meet Dirks Bentley earlier this summer. Um I actually sort of played a show with him. We
Nice.
did the EAA air show in Oshkosh, biggest air show in the world, and I was scheduled to play two different dates there, and one of the dates they were like, "Hey, you might be sharing the stage a little bit of your time with another musician." Wasn't really sure what to expect, and I pulled up and Dirk Bentley was like sound checking on the little grass patch they had us on. So he played first, and I played after Dirk Bentley. They made me follow Dirk Bentley, and I was like, oh, okay,
All right. Awesome.
yeah. So we got a picture together. We talked for a little bit. It was cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, what else was I going to ask you? Oh, so, so far, I know you mentioned Idaho was really outstanding as far as, your tour, but has there really been one standout show in the last month that's really, hit home? And what was it about that show that spoke to you?
In the last month, I just got done with the Pensacola Beach Songwriters Festival. And that was, multiple venues all in Pensacola Beach, but that is such a good time. Just being up on stage with such incredible songwriters. I mean, some of these people have had number one hits, written for people like Tim McGraw or Blake Shelton and
Yeah.
So it's just cool to share the stage with them, and there's just this kind of magical feeling in the air, I guess.
Yeah. And as part of that, were there workshops and that kind of thing where you're kind of working with other writers to work out music, or is it strictly performance?
I think they did a few last year, and this year they did some of the artists earlier in the week went to some schools and did some writing with some kids. But no, it's just most of us just hanging out and getting to know each other, and it's a good time.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, Jesse, I really appreciate you taking the time to be on Fans with Bands. I've
Yeah, of
got
course.
I've got one more question for you,
Yeah.
and that is pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Oh man, I love pineapple, but not on a pizza. No.
You got what's your favorite topping combination?
Oh man, I love like jalapeno and any kind of meat, not ham,
Nice.
like sausage or pepperoni.
Excellent. Well, that's fantastic. Well, I'm hoping that, at some point, when you come back to Michigan, that you play and it'll work with my schedules so we can come check it out because it would be
Yeah,
awesome. Your music's fantastic.
thank you.
Looking forward to the new music and the EP too.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. Well, stay safe on the road and have a good time, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Many thanks to Jessey Adams for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. She is a phenomenal talent and a true road warrior. You can catch Jessey in Ypsilanti at the Mash Bar on November 13th, Cairo, Michigan on November 21st, and Bay City on November 22nd. See the show notes for all the details and links. Bands are nothing without you, the fans. Purchasing music and merchandise is critical to their survival. If you can help out your favorite bands, please do. If you're in Michigan, consider following the Playing in Detroit Area Tonight and SE for Southeast Michigan Music Facebook pages. They are fantastic places for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your family, telling your priest, tell everyone, and leave a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jam.